Lochie, you're just the predator. Didn't you know that?
That's why I just wake up in the middle of the night, hanging from the roof, invisible.
Yeah, we.
And then my dad comes outside to see me crawling on the ceiling, screams, and then I just see him glow red from his heart.
He's
and
like,
and then I scuttle away, and I'm like, oh no!
Looks in the phone book. Where's the fucking priest? Oh, it's happened again.
It's
no, Dad, I'm a predator. I'm not the Exorcist. It's different movie, same era.
But does the same thing work on it? Like, can you throw holy water on the predator and the predator would just melt?
I think the predator would just look at you like, what the fuck, bitch?
It'd be like a cat. You know when you spray a cat with water, it's like, don't do that, please. I don't want to get wet.
But then it scurries off.
It scurries.
Unfortunately, if you come across a predator, you're just fucked.
But could you spray holy water on it and then it would just like hiss at you and then scurry off to clean itself? Like is there
a predator? Are we talking about a movie predator or a sexual predator?
I was thinking about like movie predator.
Yeah, me too. I just thought.
I wasn't thinking about Gary down the street.
Like the camera pulls away slightly. You know, it's just focused on your beady eyes, and it turns out you're Kevin Spacey crawling up. On the roof. It's like, whoa, it was a different kind of predator the whole time.
Are we allowed to talk about Kevin Spacey, or is he just dead to the world, and we're just not? Is this frowned upon now that we just can no longer live in this world that he exists?
I mean, I just thought it was extra creepy that you mentioned Kevin Spacey in Ceilings because I was like, that's basically the plot of American Beauty.
Just be careful. If there's girls with roses floating on your roof, you should get that fixed.
Yeah, I can't imagine that's up to code. You know what I mean? I think that's a building code violation.
Yeah, it's just very unhealthy. You need to sanitize that.
You're going to have OH&S up your ass about that one.
It's just ridiculous, you know, all that kind of stuff. I don't know where I was going with that.
No, I can just imagine like you know, oh my god, that's the sequel to Kenny. You do a sequel to Kenny, but it's like it's not set in sort of like the Kenny verse, but you keep Shane Jacobson as like the main character.
Kenny 2020.
Kind of, but instead of being a plumber, he's a building inspector, and you just
I thought he'd be one of those hazmat guys that has to walk around with those big like sanitizer guns. It's just like
okay, this is it, right?
Like a big industrial wind blower.
Kenny's a different profession, right? So the movie, it's just Kenny. It's called Kenny.
We did Kenny last week. Surely we're not starting with Kenny. This is ridiculous.
No. Hey, I'm just saying this, and then we can begin, right? Kenny, right? Different profession, but still Kenny. We're following him around. Then at the end, there's a vortex. Original Kenny steps out. He's like, Kenny, you got to come with me. We got to save the world. And then there's a multiverse of Kennys in different professions.
Oh, yeah, you bet, mate.
One Kenny has gone rogue. And he's killing all the other Kennys to become the ultimate Kenny, but we have to team up to beat that Kenny. It's like the film The One. Have you seen that film? And the other Kenny's like, I don't really like foreign films very much, but
even though secretly Kenny's favorite movie is Skylander.
All right. Okay. Well, with that, welcome to Pint Party, a podcast designed to turn a beer into chat into a tax write-off. I'm your host, John McLeish, and joining me this week is Lochie Beazleigh, one of the band boys. Welcome.
Hello.
And coming back once again, the Latte Lad himself, Tim. Tim, welcome.
Hello.
Hello to you too.
Trying to copy me there, Tim. That's a bit mean.
I am, but like Bizarro, so a bit shit. Can we say shit on this podcast?
Yeah.
Man, you can let whatever you want fly. I don't give a shit.
Fucking cunt. Can I say that or not?
I don't know. Let's.
You can beep it. I don't care. But just like leave me saying beep it in.
We've only bleeped something once, I think, on this podcast by Ricky.
Well,
can you beep this whole sentence?
Well, you can like give it a go, but it just means more work for John.
Just like put in one beep so it sounds like I'm swearing a lot, but I'm not swearing.
Would you like to have a secret swear word that you say, and then John will just bleep it out, and then so it makes you sound cool, but. You're still being friendly, but you're still being friendly to everyone involved. Like
I feel like me just using like this time at the start to like pretend I'm swearing so that John can just do a blanket beep, as opposed to me 30 minutes in mentioning, and then John's like, "Oh fuck," he said. Okay. Where's the bleep sound effect?
Well, then that's a fun little game for John. We've just made a little audio needle in the haystack situation for him.
All right,
I
so
bet
I have to
John
figure out.
loves
I have to figure out what Tim's naughty word is, and then bleep it out. Great. Yeah, thanks.
Don't tell him.
Yeah, don't tell me.
It's the overtly thrown-in, shoehorned word out of nowhere.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, and I won't know until like
I'll write
Tuesday
it
when the
down.
episode
I'll
comes
write
out.
down the secret word, and then
What,
and viewer,
what word am I thinking of?
listener, if I'll release the word after the episode is released, and
So everyone
John,
listening right now, think what the word is,
and
and
if
then
John
we'll let you
didn't,
know.
if John didn't get it, bloody, I don't know, I'll say John didn't get it on Instagram, and you'll be like, I know what he didn't get, but everyone else will be like,
If
okay,
you know, you
Okay.
know.
I can tell you right now, like I can stand here quite confidently as past John or present John who will become past John, and tell you that future John won't get it. I can tell you that right now. Like we stand in agreement with this. Future John is also saying yes, I agree. Like I'm not going to get this. So yeah, it's very rare that all my timelines line up, but for this one we've lined up.
it's exciting, keep life interesting.
Well, you might as well take the time. Everyone's kind of sitting down doing nothing, have a good chat, have a good conversation. Connect with me, fellas.
Connect
Let me know.
all with me. Put little discs into my holes.
That's a little evasive.
That's yeah.
But whatever floats your boat, Tim. Like we're not going to point fingers
Not
and
those
shame
holes,
you
we're
or
talking about
anything.
the holes.
I'm honestly just more worried about that from like a medical standpoint. It's sort of like I don't know where it would be a large enough orifice to insert a disc. I mean, the closest I ever got was those big novelty
I'm thinking
lollipops.
of like a discus disc. Are you thinking of something similar?
I'm thinking of Connect 4 discs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, they'll fit.
That's a bit more reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because like the biggest thing I ever did that with was like one of those novelty like old those lollipops that the big round ones from the 50s or even earlier, right? I can't even remember where we went. It was a school excursion when I was in like year 7 or something, and we went to some place that was like used to be a coal mine or something. It was like Sovereign Hill but a bit shit.
It's Sovereign Hill, my bad.
Yeah.
I know Ballarat isn't just Sovereign Hill,
Yeah.
even though it took me a while to work that up.
But it wasn't Sovereign Hill. It was like somewhere else. It was like Sovereign Hill, but a bit shit. And it was like instead of gold, it was coal.
That's the benchmark. If Sovereign Hill is the benchmark of optimum urban travel, then everything else is just
Is Sovereign Hill a
it's more
theme park?
shithouse.
Yeah. It was a bit more shit house.
It's
Like, what is Sovereign Hill? I know
is
what it is.
I thought it was just
What
like
is
a place where they take you on primary school excursions. Honestly,
Yeah, but like
I
there's
thought it's like
lollies and
Science
you can
Works.
do
Who goes to
things
Science Works for fun?
Yeah, I honestly haven't been to Science Works since primary school. I don't think.
No, me neither. No, me
For people
neither.
who don't know about Science Works, if you live in Melbourne, you most likely do know what Science Works is. It's just like
science.
it's like a fun interactive museum. Essentially, is what it is.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's a
Is that what
museum
Sovereign
of
Hill is
science.
then? An interactive museum.
I think that's what they advertise themselves as, an interactive museum. I think they even put that in the marketing.
Huh.
But it's a fun joint. Like, I mean, it's cool to go to. And I always wanted to go. I was like fucking over the moon when my school was like, we're going to Science Works, kids. And I was like, fuck yeah. And everybody else was like, fuck yeah, because we get to get out of school. And I was like, fuck yeah, we get to go to Science Works. And like, I knew kids who used to go to Science Works for fun, and I was fucking insanely jealous of them. And we never went because my family were poor and we couldn't afford the petrol to go across town.
I don't know why, but I always liked excursions because for some reason my family always packed me a special excursion lunch.
Wow.
So it was like a whole treat
just
for me.
like
Like
the
I got to not go to school, and I got like chips, dips, cheese and crackers. Sorry,
Shit.
Ooh.
Good
for
moment.
recess.
a
Like
snack
it's
cheese and
fantastic.
crackers, or like an actual cheese and crackers.
Like one of those box things of cheese and crackers.
My God, actual cheese.
But see, here's the
Wow.
question though: was it a Le Snack one? Because if it's a Le Snack
No.
one,
Like I know we've had previous conversations about our love for the snack, and like I agree with you, they are like delish. But no, this was like one of those deli style one where like you get like the Savoy style crackers. And then you just get like the slice of the tasty ched.
The tub in a snack, that I know it's cheese, but that's not cheese.
No, it's not cheese.
Oh, dude, it's like 30% plastic, but you still eat it.
It's fucking good though. It's like I think what it actually is, I think the ratio is actually something along the lines of like 5% cheese, because they got to put some cheese in, right? But they cut it with plastic and cocaine and crack, and then you get the snack.
You know Ninja Turtles, Secret of the Ooze. I think the real secret of the ooze is the snack, because what
Dude,
else is in the snack?
It's the same thing. There's just certain questions in culinary worlds that you just don't ask. It's like, you don't ask what's in a dim sum. You don't ask what's in the snack. You just don't.
Yeah. It's kind of like it's asking how the sausage is made.
First day of culinary school, you ask, and then they're just like, "Can we get you outside?" The teacher returns. That person doesn't. Teacher's smock is a bit red. All the students are like, "Where'd he go?"
No, it's a level 5 secret. Like, you've got to get to level 5 in culinary school before you act.
I wonder if Gordon Ramsay even knows, or if he still just sits at home at night with his hands up in the air, like, I don't know what's in there.
When asked, Gordon Ramsay's like, "Yeah, I know. What are you talking about? Of course I know."
No,
But
he
doesn't.
definitely knows. That's why there's a marked difference between him before and after doing Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares. Like, you ever wondered why he was so furious on Kitchen Nightmares? It's because that's when they told him the secret.
You're saying it's a traumatic event that it's changed him.
I'm saying Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares was therapy for him. He got all of his rage out from discovering the secret behind Le Snack cheese.
My God.
Yeah. Like what we
French
yeah
bastards.
yeah when he was screaming at people saying the fish is so undercooked it swam onto the plate. What he was actually doing was releasing his rage and he was
trying to also release the secret of Le Snack. He's going, in the same way that this fish is undercooked, Le Snack isn't cheese.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
But why are there 3 crackers? It drives me insane. Just give me one more.
Well, to quote the telephone advert from the early 2000s, 3 is the magic number.
But what made 3? Like, what was the mathematics behind determining that 3 was the optimal amount that you needed for a snack? That I never understood.
We're not going to go down this rabbit hole again because we've spoken in depth about the.
That's true.
Splitting up the cracker into. Well, yeah, I understand.
Triangles, Illuminati. Ugh.
But we've also, we've tried quartering crackers, just halving crackers. Like, it is you can get optimal scoopage in 3 crackers, but just one more is just enough to round out the entire thing. So I'm not there just dipping fingies into cheese sauce.
Maybe that's the issue. Maybe if you have a 4th cracker, you have minimum coverage of cheese. Maybe it's better to have, excess cheese.
Well, in this germ conscious environment, we've got to start thinking about ways to eliminate fingies to mouth situations. So maybe a 4th extra cracker in your Le Snack is the way to go.
I think Le Snacks are the enemy overall. The cheese is plastic, the container's plastic,
Well, at the end of the day, everything's just being recycled.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's just recycled.
I was under the assumption that plastic is a toxic chemical reaction and that you can't really recycle it and it breaks down and has this.
To be honest with you, I'm not going to pretend to sit here and know anything about this. I would love to learn about this. If anyone can actually, someone who studies enviroscience or something, hit me up because I actually want to know.
What goes into Le Snack cheese?
No, what goes into the general plastics, but sure, what goes into the snack cheese? Hit me up. I'm sure some engineers been working on that riddle for about 12 years.
I don't know what goes into general plastics, but I do know what goes into kernel plastics.
But I think it's just generally just plastic cheese. I feel like it's just it doesn't matter if it's super liquid or if it's got a bit of if it's a stringy cheese. They're all 30% plastic, but still people still eat it. Is it legit crack? Is it just plastic crack? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know, but we got to get off this subject before the cheese Illuminati snatch us out.
You mean the Australian Dairy Association?
No, I'm talking about the global Cheesinati. That's just the local chapter, mate. I'm talking about the whole.
Cheese.
I'm talking about the big wheel of cheese
This
here.
goes all up the chain, buddy.
But I was like, I mean, you know, you kind of hit the nail on the head though. Like we gotta do, you know, more in these times to avoid, to avoid contamination. And one of those, but also here's the other thing, right? Here's the other thing. I feel a responsibility, and it's one of those things, like, as a human being, you know, there are certain feelings you just have about the world. And, you know, for some people, it's like, you know, they want to have kids and, like, you know, perpetuate the species and meet the biological imperative. And for other people, it's the need to entertain. And for others, it's the need to lead their people into a better future, or to go into public service or join the military. For me, and I think for us, really the need is to create jobs. And that's what I want to do today. I want to create some jobs. And the only way I know how to do that as an entertaining kind of a person is to make a job that is kind of, you know, economy proof. And one brand of television that is economy proof and that was proven to be is reality television. You can make reality television about literally fucking anything. I found out just recently that Teen Mum has an Australian version. I didn't even know that was legal.
Well, if they're going to make Love Island at this point, we'll settle for anything. So let's go.
Yeah, right. Okay. So they got but you can't do Love Island anymore, right? We can't do that because that's bad social distancing. Even that one, what's that one about the people on the island? It's kind of like Love Island, but they're not allowed to bang.
So
Love Island, but they're not allowed to bang.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
Is that the one that was
Very
on Netflix?
big in the religious community.
Yeah, the Netflix one.
Give me a sec.
It's like everybody's a beefcake and a hottie, but like,
yeah, and then like they lose money if they like hook up and stuff.
Yeah, but they're not allowed to bang.
Too hot to handle.
Too hot to handle. So Too Hot to Handle was kind of a step in the right direction, right? It's sort of like we don't want you in close contact with each other, but we want you close enough that you're kind of riding the line. And I don't like that. I don't like the message that's sending out, you know, in these times, right? It's sort of like, you know, we want you to social distance, but not too much, and I don't like that either. So that's out. We can't do Too Hot to Handle either.
I don't like they took a punchline of a joke from How I Met Your Mother and made a whole show out of it. Like, this is just ridiculous.
But that's the thing you can do. That's the beauty of reality television. You can literally just write a pitch for a show in one sentence and spawn into an entire thing. And I think there's no more proof of that than somebody must have written, I don't know whether it was on a piece of paper or a napkin. I like to think it was a napkin, right? I like to think that this was written on a napkin. You know, in a bar, you know, maybe they're 3 or 4 whiskey sours deep. I don't know what do screenwriters drink, Tim?
They usually drink, so they get the ink that you fill one of those tippy tap machines up with. And, They fill that to the brink with ink, and then they drink that, and then they also drink sorrow and a bit of regret, and also drink all the money that they spent getting a wasted degree as they gaze at their family looking sad at them. And they drink all that in, and then they sigh.
Damn.
And that's really
and you can get drunk off of that? Cool.
Yeah, it's very potent.
Right, I should try that. Well, anyway, while they're drinking that...
You can get it at BWS. It's very cheap, actually. $40.
40 geez, Lou. Wow, man. I mean, you'd think the alcohol tax would really affect it, but it seems like it doesn't. That's bargain basement.
Well, there's no actual alcohol in it. It's just regret.
That's the secret ingredient. I see. Well, while they're drinking their tall, dark glasses of regret, I think they were in the pub doing this, and then on a napkin somebody wrote The Sims, but as a reality show, and then they made a whole reality show out of that, because that's a thing that's been announced. Electronic Arts, who now own the people.
It's also done by BuzzFeed. I think you got to mention that.
Yeah, and BuzzFeed. Like, this is. I mean, it really is a match made in hell. Really. I mean, this is like, I feel like Satan was crying.
I haven't read the Bible in a while, but are these the first signs of the Antichrist?
I mean, this is what I'm wondering. Is it the first sign of the Antichrist? Because I feel like, I mean, you know, I don't blame, you know, whoever wrote Revelations, whoever wrote that, I don't blame them for not knowing about Electronic Arts, because, like, it was a long time ago, and Electronic Arts hadn't come about yet. It was locked away in the mind of Satan. But like, I feel like if that person were around today, or people, I don't know how many, I don't know. I like to think it was a group effort for Revelations.
They just got a bunch. They got a bunch of post-it notes on a whiteboard, going, "Okay, we want to have the world engulfed in flame, but we have to have the Antichrist in there. It's a really cool character, and we want to have it in there. It'll complete Jesus' arc."
But I think if you were going to do an updated version of Revelations, I think one of them might be, Electronic Arts and BuzzFeed enter into an unholy union to produce reality television. I think would be, one of those signs for sure.
And they disguise themselves as a executive producer of BuzzFeed.
Yeah, well, that's
and Electronic Arts.
See, that bit's actually in Revelations.
Not Little Dicky. Is that Little Nicky? Little Nicky.
You leave Little Dicky alone. Little Dicky's good. You leave Dave
Little
Bird
Nicky's
alone.
bad, though. I will say that. I like Adam Sandler movies a lot. I'm that guy. I like most of his movies, even the ones that people think are bad. But Little Nicky isn't good.
That's interesting because I hold the opposite opinion. A lot of Adam Sandler movies aren't good except for Little Nicky. But there you go. Anyway, we're not here to talk about pretend demons. We're here to talk about real demons.
So you reckon you could pitch a better? Well, like if this was the bar, John, I do expect a better show from you.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. We got to outline the bar because so far
this Sims Spark thing seems to be a 4-episode series where it says that players will compete in both skills and elimination challenges for $100,000 on the line.
Right. So that's see, and I'm not fully understanding I'm not fully understanding.
Celebrity judges. Former American Idol finalist Ray Von Owen will be a host.
Great name though, Von Owen. Not many Vons in the world, you know.
No.
Ray Von is his name.
Oh, Ray Von.
Ray Von Owen, and it's in bold, so you should know it.
That's even
and it's
better.
also got the first is BuzzFeed multiplayer YouTube personality Kelsey M. Oh, I'm gonna be terrible with this.
Ikichi?
Ipichi, thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so you can see it's got a lot of elements.
Impeachy.
It's got a lot of elements of a reality television show, right? Like, I mean, there's if we think about a reality television show kind of in the abstract, and this is kind of important to get into before I make my pitch, like, we got to think about the ingredients that go into it. A lot like the Powerpuff Girls, right? It's sort of like sugar and spice and everything nice, but reality television is like, you don't do that. You want conflict, you want drama, you want sex appeal, right? You want and maybe even and then you need like a chemical X, but and nobody really knows what that is.
What they still haven't explained, John, is it like sim players like in a house like Big Brother, or is it just them like playing sim?
Well, that's it. Like that's the question, isn't it? That's what I mean. Like, where does the conflict come from? Are they playing dollies, virtual dollies for an hour? Or are they going to make their dollies fight it out for $100,000? Like, what's the question here? And that's the other element it's got. The other ingredient is prize money. Of course, you need to introduce prize money.
$100K.
Now, $100K is not bad, but I feel like it's like I feel like we've been spoiled in Australia because like for us the $100K is like third prize. It's like, oh yeah, hey, thanks for taking part in our show. Here's $100,000. Like for us it's like it's $1 million or fuck off. For our reality shows. Oh, dude, yeah. Who wants to be a millionaire? $1 million, right?
That's the name of the show.
That's the name of the show. Big Brother. The first one was $250,000. It very quickly went up to $1 million. Australian Idol.
That was when it was Channel 10's like main flagship show.
That's
right.
It
was on like 5 days a week.
Yeah, very quickly went up to $1 million. Right? They did the first season as kind of like just a little teaser, and then
that was the Travis season.
The Travis thing?
Travis season.
The Travis season. Okay, I didn't.
That might have been the season after the Travis season, but the twin twist was very good. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah, yes. The little mini arc where they did with the twins. Yes, I totally forgot about that. Thank you for.
That was on Channel 10. So Channel 10 really know how to do Big Brother. Like their Big Brother was mean. This Big Brother is super nice.
Is it still on? I haven't been watching it.
Yeah, so now it's on Channel 7 for people in Australia.
Yuck.
Oh my
7.
God.
That's 3 less than 10. No,
This Big
no,
Brother
no.
is super nice. Like, every time he does something mean to someone, the next day he'll be like, "Here's a KFC feast," or
The
like,
Big Brother's like,
or here's a message
now,
from
Deborah,
like, a
you gotta
relative.
dye your hair. I'm really sorry, Deborah. I don't want to do this, but I have to. I have higher ups.
It's a good show though. I do rate it very highly. I do like Big Brother as a whole, but like Travis,
Lochie is a
He's a-
fan of 1984. He admits it here on the pod. He likes a surveillance government. He's admitting it.
Orson Welles, you know me, bro.
Yeah,
Orson
well,
Welles knew Lochie well.
see, but Timmy, you've now brought me back around to the idea of Big Brother, because I'm not against, like, the original Big Brother really was kind of like it really was kind of like an emotionless voice that
The
would just
template, like John, you gotta understand that, like that's a general template for all those kind of reality, like those style of reality shows all have that template.
yeah.
Like Survivor and Big Brother are pretty much the same.
Oh, yeah.
Except like the
Except
presentation
not
is
a
different.
house. Like, literally, the difference is there's not a house.
They're outside. Is
Yeah.
literally the difference.
Survivor is the inverse of Big Brother in that the location has been inverted.
And it seems like they get more, like their awards in Survivor are like shitter. Like it's like,
They don't have a
hey,
house.
you just
It's like,
climbed
you
over
take away
like,
someone's house.
You just
you
did
can
essentially
do
an
whatever you
Iron
want.
Man race. You like swam 100 meters, climbed over a ladder, went down, swam around a buoy, then came back to shore. But here's a bowl of rice. Thank you.
I know when you said boy, you meant like the floaty thing in the water, but I'm picturing like a child.
Just out there like in like a donut. Just
Did we
like,
rescue
"You
him?
can
No,
do it."
just swim around him. He's fine. He's meant to be there.
Yeah.
He's all good. This is work experience. It's
Yeah,
fine.
that's the intern.
He's out there on B cam, just like, yeah, good shot.
I got a GoPro, but all the water's getting in the camera. Oh God, help me.
Yeah. He thought he was going to spend a week getting coffee. Boy, was he wrong. So
The executive's just like, you had to get an intern. No, we couldn't just get a drone. No, you wanted to get an intern. God. Little shit production joke there.
yeah, oh yeah. That's okay though. Hey,
like
look,
Jordan.
hey, look. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. Okay, it's
Well,
like
thanks, man.
I always was lucky. It's you get used to it.
no, Lockie, you get more hits than misses. Okay, like your ratio is way better than mine. So
You're very good at hitting.
Well, thanks, guys.
On the mark.
yeah,
Thank
no,
you.
it happens. But so we've outlined there's a lot of elements for a reality television show to have, but it seems like the one that underlies all of it, of course, is conflict. There needs to be some form of conflict arising to then generate drama from, which is what keeps people engaged. I don't understand.
Life, isn't it? It's
Oh, yeah.
conflicted, isn't it?
Yeah,
What is life without challenge?
that's a pretty fucking good life. A life without challenge is pretty fucking good. I mean, just ask.
But
just
it's
ask.
not a life at all. You know?
I mean, Jeff Bezos would think so. Anyway, so there's a lot
Hey, he
of,
walks out his front door and everyone's like, eat the rich. And he's like, I don't want to get eaten. That's challenging.
hey man, you don't know. He could have a vor fetish. You don't know.
So he's actually the one sparking conversation of eat the rich. Everyone's in conversation going like, hey, Jeff, you could save the environment. It's like, eat the rich, eh? Bloody, that'd be funny, wouldn't it? I'm rich. Anyway.
Where? How the fuck did we get here?
Tim took us off
We're
course.
talking about reality shows. We're talking about we're talking about challenge. We're talking about
That's
peace.
right.
That's what
That's
I
where
yeah.
we
So
started.
conflict,
Fighting.
drama, right, and then. But the thing is that like the challenge is in this modern day and age is how do you introduce those kinds of conflicts and challenges while also being safe with social distancing and stuff. And I think but also you want to touch on what the kids are into these days, right? The kids want, you know, their computer games. That's what they want, and they like that. They're into the Fortnites and all the rest of it. And
I prefer a week. Fortnight's too long.
yeah, well, yeah, all right. I don't know what the you know, but like anyway.
That was a time joke. To explain the joke, a fortnight is a unit of measuring 2 weeks.
No, thank you for parting the veil on that one,
Did you
Tim.
feel like that was necessary, Tim?
No, but I always like explaining jokes. I think jokes go better when you explain them in detail. You get through the minutiae of comedy.
You are reverse Jerry Seinfeld.
Right.
Airline food, I love it.
So I'd like to pitch I'd like to pitch my own reality show based on a video game. Again, because that's what the kids want. This is what they want. They want their video games and they want their television.
You sound like a dad who's very disappointed. It's like, this is what you want? I'll bloody do it. I'll bloody do it, mate. Don't test me. This is what you want. I'm giving you what you want.
Well, that's right. They've been flicking me in the back of the head for the last hour as I'm fucking trying to drive them to Entertainmentville.
Bloody TikToks.
And I'm like, And I'm like, I swear to Christ, I will turn this fucking car around and we will drive right into reality television. I'm not going to take you to a fucking movie. Like,
no, Dad, not reality television.
Yeah, not reality television. Yeah, well, that's it. No, I'm turning the fucking car around. We're going to reality television. We're not going to give you high art, like high quality, well scripted, fictitious television drama. No, we're going to go straight to reality television, right? We're going to pull up next to Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and we're going to do our own show. And I reckon instead of doing it around The Sims, because I don't understand where the conflict is in The Sims, oh no, you took the ladder out of the pool, you bastard. Like, I don't see how you can make that,
how can you make dramatic tension out
exactly.
of people playing what is technically a simulator and not a competitive game?
Exactly, but I think that really the video game you want is EVE Online. I think that's the game that you want. And here's why. Because for a few different reasons, right? Number one, it's got the visual factor. It's internet spaceships.
What is EVE Online?
Okay, EVE Online is basically spaceships that blow each other up. That's pretty much it.
Why? Why do they blow each other up? What do they want?
See, now that's the thing. They blow each other up for a lot of different reasons. One, money.
Tread lightly, Tim.
Money. Money is number one. Real money. Number two is a sadistic desire to kill.
Yes.
So that's number two.
Yeah.
And these are things. These are things that you want, right? And then number three is narcissism. It's the E-peen factor.
Rich guy sitting by a pool. We know him well.
Right.
Greed.
Exactly, right? So you got greed, you've got desire for violence, and you've got narcissism.
Sounds like a regular boy band.
Right. But also, does it not sound like the elements of a good reality television show?
I think a good reality television show is an oxymoron.
Oh, it absolutely is. But I'm talking, but like when we compare reality television to each other and measure its success, what's got these three elements in it? Geordie Shore. What else has these three elements in it?
Geordie Shore a success?
I'm telling you, this new one on Netflix, the Floor is Lava, is actually pretty good for a game show. That's a game show, not a reality show. That's what I'm saying. Like,
is the floor actually lava in that show? Because that would be great. I've never seen it.
That'd be pretty fucking wild.
Well, this is the thing. Is this sim thing? I thought it was a game show, or is it a reality show?
Well, because they pictured it.
A reality show is a game show. It's just a long con, right? Ultimately.
Well, that's what I thought it was. But John's mixed my whole.
Well, I thought it was a reality show. I thought that's how they were pitching it. They're like, this is a reality show.
Because in my head, wait, so you know, Married at First Sight, right? Is that a reality show or a game show?
There's a reality show because technically there's no money.
Okay, so there has to be money involved. Because in my head, the goal, the outcome is that you stay married, and that's the game, right? You win social media influence because you're great, or whatever. I don't know, right?
Well, that's pretty much what Big Brother is. Like, Big Brother is literally a popularity game with some deviousness thrown in.
Is Big Brother a game show? Big Brother's a game show.
Yeah, Big Brother is a game.
I guess the real,
but it is also reality.
About what the perfect reality show is.
It is literally like a human simulator.
I think really the ultimate question is life a game?
Well, yes, you make choices, but
that's a little bit beyond the scope of this podcast, Tim. Let's stay away from the metaphysics, please. Let's keep it. Let's bring it back.
John, are you calling your very first pint pass?
No, I'm just calling an audible and saying that, like,
we're changing the play. I don't like the look of the defense.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of getting into metaphysics. That's getting a bit too far away, especially when we're talking about something as lowbrow as reality television. Let's not shift the gears that hard.
But so you think this game about blowing starships up is much more better than Sims?
For a reality show, yes, because it has the elements.
Build the starship yourself, or are you just plonked in one?
That's a difficult question to answer, but essentially yes. So look, it's got all the elements of a reality television show. It's like I said, it's got conflict, it's got narcissism, and it's got greed. And that's and I said Geordie Shore, that's not what I meant. I meant Jersey Shore.
Right, of course.
Right. Think about it. Jersey Shore has all three of those things.
They're all the real on garments.
Yeah, all of the Real Housewives versions, every single one of them. The Real Housewives of Atlanta, the Real Housewives of New York, the Real Housewives of Melbourne. That was a thing they actually fucking did. The Real Housewives.
It was actually pretty good.
Was it all right?
Yeah.
So what is it? They're just rich housewives? Is that the thing?
Yeah. But they go about their lives.
They hang out and go to socialite events, and then beef happens because Santa.
I love Melbourne. But what are they doing in Melbourne?
They go to art gallery things.
What the one art gallery we have? I know there's many other commercial galleries. I'm an artist, by the way.
I'm sure they go to Eureka or a lot, and they go to Mornington.
They go to that big tower that we have.
They just hang out in Brighton. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
I don't know what rich people do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you watch more of the show than I did, Lockie. You should know.
I just know that, the people are very bored walking around in Brighton. That's the only thing I know.
Yeah, that's true. They are very bored walking in Brighton. That's all they're... And that's what I mean. We need to entertain them, Lockie. We need to entertain them, and that's what I'm saying. Right? We need to do this.
So we're gonna bring... So what are you going to call this show? Because obviously, surely you can beat the name of this show, bloody Sims Sparked.
Well, that's and I feel like what we got to call it is like, I don't know, but hang on, let me try and outline what would actually happen in the show, because I feel like I haven't really done that. I would want to go.
Pitch it to me, nice and quick.
Yeah, okay. I want to go for more of like a Real Housewives or Jersey Shore kind of a format, right? We have an ensemble of characters. So it's not like a game show in that sense where it's like, people apply to the show and shit like that, and we treat it like it's like, no, we decide, we're just going to follow the lives of these people, and we find some players who are like super narcissistic, super greedy, and like super kind of antisocial, and we follow them. And I think with that, we're going to get, some quality content out of them, because
that's interesting.
Well, no, but see, this is where it comes. This is where the visual factor comes into it, right? Because you got to keep in mind it's spaceships in space, right? And like, where does the conflict come? They start shooting at each other, so now you got explosions. Name another reality show that has explosions, Lockie.
John. See, this is the Star Wars problem, right? You're focusing on the action, but you're not focusing on the characters.
But the characters
you get
personality
invested
drives
in
plot
because you care about the characters. If you don't care about the people playing, you're not going to care about spaceships flying up.
Well, that's right, but the reasons why we have the explosions that's what drives that forward. Is like they're like, I'm going to blow this guy up for just for fun. Haha, I'm a narcissist. And then they do that, and then that guy's like, that guy just fucking blew me up, what a bastard. And then now he's got a revenge plot.
Okay, what about this? Okay, reality show, that is, right? But you start with like 20 people, but as the season goes on, people get like not eliminated, but like there's nothing to win, but you tell people to fuck off, right? So like someone blows up someone's spaceship, and it's like, sorry, Steve, your spaceship got blown up. You're no longer an Adam and Eve anymore. You're an Adam and leave. And then he's like, what? This isn't a game show. And it's like, sorry, Steven, that's the rules. You gotta get out of here. You gotta collect your fighter pilot and go home. And it's like, it's set in that stilted cadence as well, where Steven's like,
he's confused about what he's saying.
Are you saying go? Yes.
Okay, question. Can they come back as a wild card towards the end of the season?
Oh, definitely. Of course. It'd be like, have you seen...
Dude, if there's intruders in this show, you've made it.
It'll be like, and then there's subplots, and then so it's like Steve has left, right? He's no longer a part of the main posse, but we've got a subplot where we're following him by himself, and he's like, it's bloody unfair.
You're not my shitmate anymore.
Yeah, and he's like, and then so we're getting tidbits of him, and then at the very end, it's like, a new spaceship has entered the field, and then they're like, who's the new space? What? And then it's Steve, but he's in black, he's dressed all in black, and it's like, yeah, that's right, bitches, it's me, Steve, and I'm back.
See, I like that. I like that a lot. See, I really like, and you can have a whole like Rocky like arc there too of like, you know, doing the internet spaceship equivalent of like punching meat in a freezer.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
Yeah, just shooting comets.
Right? See, the whole show practically writes itself. Like that's what I mean. Like I think there's something there. I think, and of course, the upshot of all of this is that everybody's on their computers and they can all be socially distanced, so we're not actually worried about giving anybody the Rona, right? But we've still got everything we need for a reality show. We've still got the conflict and the narcissism and the drama and all of it. It's great.
Yeah.
Like, I'm half with you. Like,
okay, how would you make it better, Lochie? Like, look. I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying we got a perfect example.
I'm just saying
right
there's
out
a
of the gate.
general trend right now, John. Like, for some reason, because of everything that's going around in the world right now, people want to see something that's a bit more relaxing and comforting. So therefore, we are turning to all these lovey-dovey romance shows that Channel 7, Channel 9 have been running on repeat for the past 8 months now, which is fine. I've got nothing wrong with the style of show. Like, it's all fine.
You dislike farmers searching for wives?
This is the new one, and honestly, they're correct. Apparently, this show, they're like, this is how they marketed the show. It's like, we're the only relationship reality show where people actually stay together. And yeah, to some credit to them, yeah, the farmers most likely do get a wife, which is kind of nice. There's some solid fact there that you can go into show knowing there's going to be some positive outcome. That's like long lasting.
Okay. So what you're saying, Lochie, is that the real core problem with my show is it's really kind of like not keeping up with consumer trends. It's like that's not where the people are right now. They don't want They don't want conflict.
Maybe in 5 years when the gamers take over the world.
Right. Okay. So that they want something a little more chill. It's less about drama.
A bit more accessible.
Okay. No. This is perfect because you do it Eve still. But instead of people versing, you do it people finding love through Eve, and you call it Adam and Eve. Right?
Oh. Okay. Right? See, now Tim's coming with the save.
Gay people on there, and then people be like, oh, but if it's gay people, why is it Adam and Eve? And it's like, it's it's referencing the Bible, but it's more referencing courtship anyway, not cis heteronormative standards.
Are people going to think that way though?
I don't know. They might. While they Brunswick sipping their lattes. Yeah, that's right.
That is true. It is.
Yeah,
it's a bit on the nose. I'll say that.
Oh, but I feel like reality TV is anywhere. Reality TV is on the nose.
That is completely fair.
Yeah. I mean, don't you want to be a little on the nose? Isn't that
like,
how?
Ever since I'm so surprised that Fear Factor hasn't come back on TV yet. To be quite honest, like, was that a game show or was that just people doing weird things?
That was just a billionaire going, "Let's just fuck with people," eh? And then he's like, "You can't just do that." It's like, what if there's money involved?
Well, they did it for seasons, bro.
I feel like Fear Factor is the closest we're ever going to get to like the island of Dr. Moreau kind of like becoming real.
Was there an Aussie version? Because I know for a period like
it's
we
just
got
walking
really
outside your bloody house, some bloody spider.
Because wasn't like American Gladiator style shows really big here for a while?
Yeah, Gladiator.
Yeah, Yeah, I remember that. And there was two versions of it. There was one they did in the 90s.
The footy player, for some reason, among all these weird circus freaks, Jezelenko was there, and it's like, g'day.
They had to have some familiar
a guy
faces
with
there.
a literal man bear next to a footy player, and he's like, yep, I could jump high. G'day.
I was like, some guys was like, I've been on the trapeze since 8 years old, and I've mastered it ever since. And then there's a guy just next to him who's like, I tackled a guy for 8 years.
And I was pretty good at it. My name's fun to say.
I played forward for 6 years.
And then I played backwards. Ha ha!
Oh, snap.
Jezelenko, it's not funny. It wasn't funny once. It's not funny 3 times. Forget it.
It's a Specky joke, not like Specky McGee. That's the real deal.
He's Jezelenko. That's the issue with Jezelenko. He's always on spec. He's he's not on.
Yeah, we're stuck on a bit, John. We're gonna have to move on.
Yeah. It sounds like you guys have caught yourselves in an infinite loop trying to talk about. Neither, Lochie, you know a little bit about AFL. Tim knows absolutely nothing.
I know rubbish about AFL.
Yeah, I know nothing about AFL. I just know some words.
That's what I mean. And you're both trying to talk about AFL, but neither of you really know anything about it. And I'm here trying to read. I'm here doing the people's work, mate. I'm here trying to create entertainment for the people. Now, Lochie, you hit on a very important point, and that is that people don't want conflict. They want love. They want lovey-dovey stuff. And I think you're absolutely right. I think, okay, let's put my idea in the bin. And this is what happens. This is what happens in the idea creation process. Sometimes you make something and you're really proud of it, and then you put yourself out there, and you're vulnerable, and then it gets shit on and you put it in the bin. This is what happens. So we're going to do it. We'll put it in the bin. We're going to get a new idea, get a new piece of napkin. We're going to drink from the disappointing ink that Tim said is what screenwriters drink, and we're gonna get another pint of that, and we're gonna write something else. And I reckon here's my new idea: the nerd wants a wife. Is that anything?
Okay. Is that just Beauty and the Geek dressed up?
It's a bit of sour candy that you get in a box, sponsored by Willy Wonka, and it wants a partner.
That would be kind of funny though if you mix Bachelorette with esports gamers.
See now. There's
that's Beauty and the Geek. You guys not remember the show Beauty and the Geek?
That's what I said before. I said it's exactly like Beauty and the Geek on Channel 7, where Channel 7 was doing whatever.
Yeah, but Beauty and the Geek, I felt like there was never any expectation that they would stay together, ever.
Yeah, because they have one successful.
I feel like Beauty and the Geek is also problematic for other aspects.
I keep talking. I'm going to Google some things.
All right, you Google some things. I want to do more like The Farmer Wants a Wife, where it's sort of no, we're going to...
Well, you're going to drive a bunch of esport gamers to the middle of nowhere and then, say, mates.
That's not reality.
That's what you're pitching, John.
No, that's not reality television. That's just planning an orgy. No, I don't want to do that.
I don't want to see that. No one wants to
see that.
A bunch of pasty guys with thimble fingers.
It's not what you want for a 7:30 time slot.
No, absolutely not. Maybe SBS after 10 o'clock, but not Channel 7 at 7 o'clock. So what I'm thinking is more the more lovey-dovey, right? It's sort of
You know what? Beauty and the Geek has a Google users rating of 84%.
Right? See, people like this shit. People like this stuff, right? That's what I'm saying.
I feel like people liked it at the time, but I feel like in our modern age...
I love how it's the first question. Are any Beauty and the Geeks still together?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. There's no expectation that they're together. Where The Farmer Wants a Wife and stuff like that, there's an expectation that they'll stay together. Or The Bachelor or The Bachelorette or something like that, I guess. Even though I feel like it's more of a coin toss. Do people who watch The Bachelor or The Bachelorette genuinely think that at the end of the show those people are going to stay together forever? Is there an expectation of that?
I think so. Or at least it depends.
Well, dude, did you hear the whole commotion when on The Bachelor? It was one of the recent Bachelor seasons, 2018. Yeah, and he didn't pick anyone.
He didn't pick anyone.
And then Australia literally wanted to hang the dude. It was crazy. I've never seen so much flashback over a reality show.
It's fucked. But just as an aside, right? There's this show that I've been kind of binge watching for a while. I don't know if you guys know about it. Do you guys know about the rapper Flava Flav?
I am familiar with the name.
So he had a reality TV show styled after The Bachelor called Flavor of Love.
Okay.
And so basically it would be Flavor Flav wants a honey, right? And so there'd be a bunch of women and he would go, hey, baby, I'm Flavor Flav. And, and it'd be like The Bachelor. And instead of giving them a rose at the end, he'd put a clock around their neck.
This just sounds like the
dude
version.
Remember any of their names? He gave them name tags, and he was like, "You're Red, and you're New York, and you're Faquisha." And then it's Flavor Flav, my name's Susan. It's Faquisha.
Flavor Flav doesn't like that.
And he's just he's insane. He's I'm Flavor Flav.
Does he always just talk about himself in the third person?
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird show.
Flavor Flav doesn't want yogurt. Flavor Flav wants juice.
Wants Go-Gurt.
Did you know that Go-Gurt is just yogurt?
What?
I don't know. Maybe is Flavor Flav all there?
It's I've been watching it not episodically. I've been watching it, in bits. But from what I've seen, no. No, he's
No,
not all
he's
there.
not entirely there.
No,
So
it seems
This
like
is
a
amazing. The first photo that comes up when you type in Flava Flav is just him wearing this really big clock around his neck and a leather jacket, and he's wearing like, you know those, I forget what the hat's called. Those mink fairy hats, but it's got ears on it.
What the fuck?
And it's just like, if I ever met someone called Flava Flav, that is it.
oh damn. That's
Okay, no.
I know you're
like
61 years
Flava
old, mate,
Flav.
but you are still smashing it. That is
He just
amazing.
He looks like he'd be fun at parties, but also like you'd want him. He looks like the kind of guy you'd want on your side in a fight. You know, you wouldn't want to be on the other end of Flava Flav.
I don't think you could get upset with Flava Flav.
yeah, like I mean, you're assuming you'd end up in a fight with Flava Flav. Like he seems like a really chill guy. I don't think you
I
could.
think he's a really chill guy. But what I'm saying is that he's he's got this kind of chaotic energy about him that if you ever were in a scenario, a combative scenario, you wouldn't want to be on the other end because I feel like he could go in like 20 different directions, and you'd be like, "Oh, Flava Flav, you're so chaotic." What? You know, it'd be like that.
I feel like he's more of a bard of like the group.
Little bit of a fun fact about Flava Flav, and the reason why he wears that clock around his neck is, quote, "The reason why I wear this clock is because it represents time being the most important element in our life."
I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
It's a bit douchey, I'll be honest, in my opinion.
Yeah, but think about like by celebrity standards though. That's by our standards. By celebrity standards, it's actually quite reasonable.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
That is fair enough. That is actually so true.
yeah. No, he's downright sensible by celebrity standards. But you're right. Like if compared to you to you know to us normal people, for sure, that's a little bit insane. In the membrane, but you know that's what it is.
Cypress Hill jokes, yes.
Yeah, I thought I'd throw in some Cypress Hill. I mean, you know what I mean. Like if you're gonna have us talk about rappers, then I gotta bring up the only 3 references I know, and one of them is Cypress Hill. And so that only leaves me with one left, but I'm gonna keep that one up my sleeve. I'm not bringing that one out until I absolutely need it. So what about
that I put rappers up my sleeve? My arms get itchy because rappers, they coat chocolate and they're very.
Oh god damn it! Do not bring up sweatshirts and winter gear in the context because that's no. I'm keeping that one up my sleeve. No, we're not doing that. We're moving on. I've put myself out there. I'm out here. I'm trying to make jobs for people with reality television shows that are safe. What have you boys got? What do you guys bring into this table?
Well, I just really like Japanese game shows where they just make them do really silly things.
But can you do that in a socially distanced way, though, Lochie?
Well, no, John. This is what I'm going to produce when everything's fine.
Here's an idea. Super wholesome, right? Just people playing catch. You just get a boy and his dad, and it's just playing catch. And it's the reality show. It's just 12 hours, they're playing catch.
All right, fine. Here we go.
After 12 hours, you're going, why are they still out there?
Actually, you know what? I've got it. I've got it.
All right, go on, Loch.
So it's going to be in a big warehouse. You're going to have 4 people.
Yep.
And everyone's job is to build their own pillow fort and live in it.
Okay.
And the reality show is going to be more based on the construction. So it's pretty much going to be like The Block. But for kids.
See, now
and we're
that's
going to
the
build
twist.
really impressive pillow forts.
Right.
And there's going to be some Survivor and Big Brother elements where they'll do challenges.
Right.
Like, how long can you nap for? And stuff like that.
Okay.
And then they'll win more pillows and blankets for their fort, so they'll be able to expand and take over other people's areas.
I
So you
see.
teach them the negative aspects of capitalism. That's exciting.
It really does seem like though, Lochie, what you're pitching it seems like a Lord of the Flies, but in a warehouse.
Yeah, but like it's very wholesome. It's very family orientated. It's about pillow forts and it's about the craftsmanship of pillow forts.
I'll tell you
Like-
what's awesome. Whack-a-mole. A lot of holes in a whack-a-mole.
No, I'm not following your logic there, Timmy. You're gonna have to hold my hand on that one, mate.
Wholesome.
Ah.
There's a lot of holes in a
Okay.
whack-a-mole.
Right.
That's awesome.
Ah, I see. Okay. So you kind of zigged as I was zagging there, mate, and it was it was a bit
It was very out of the blue.
It was
out of the. I was trying to link blue with pillow, but my pillowcase is blue. But then I realised that not all pillowcases are blue, so that reference wasn't universal. Like the studio that could be producing Lochie's hit reality TV show. Back to you, Lochie.
My reality show is just a bit of fun. It's just all about creativity and spontaneity, with the hint of underlying control and terrorizing of other people's stuff. I think it'd be quite funny to see the confrontations between two people from a distance yelling at each other, being like, "That's my blanket. No, you knocked down my pillow. Well, let's go, buddy. Pillow fight." And then something happens from there, and there's a little bit of conflict, but it's controlled conflict, so the audience feels like there's still going to be a happy ending.
Oh, so like we let the conflict go on for like 30 to 45 seconds, and then like suddenly, the.
To be fair though, I am just ripping off an episode of Community right now. As like now that I'm thinking about it. So,
yeah, but didn't you say like there was an entire reality show that like ripped off a line from another TV show? It was like something you said earlier on, just like
How I Met Your Mother.
How I Met Your Mother, right?
Oh yeah. That's a joke.
But like, I feel like
it was funny, so I said it.
Oh no, I thought it was a perfectly valid argument. I was like, yeah, absolutely. Let's rip off like other writers' work and make reality television. That seems like a pretty solid like basis for forming reality television when you think about it. I mean, you don't have an original creative thought, you steal someone else's. That makes sense. All right. Well, I think we've pretty thoroughly like mined out this vein. I think we've put some ideas out there into the world. I don't know if any of it's ever going to turn into anything, but like we've done our bit. I feel like we can all go home today and feel good about ourselves for at least giving it a good honest go.
I'm going to go home and move 2 bedrooms to my other room where I'll be sitting and thinking again about more ideas to talk about on this podcast.
Right.
So
okay.
We'll see how we go.
Yeah. See, that's what I mean. Yeah, we've
it's a short commute.
It is a very short commute. It is. That's what I mean. Like, yeah, when I say home, I mean home in the sense that like, we've now designated a spot in our house that is no longer our home. That is our workspace. That is where we go to work, and then we go home when we leave that room. So we can do that and feel good about ourselves. Tim, do you feel good about it yourself? Do you feel good about what you've accomplished here today?
It's a bit. It's all right. I don't know. I think this is good. If people can find enjoyment in, I'm happy on one hand because I've been talking with my friends, which is always fun. You don't really talk a lot to get a bit real. You don't really talk a lot in lockdown, but then also just in regular life, you kind of, don't keep in contact with people. So it's always just nice to talk, even if it's talking shit. On a broader note, if people listening find comfort in this, as I've found comfort in listening to podcasts in turbulent times, then that's all the better, because often when we feel alone, we turn to the media we love, even if we're just consuming it out of habit. But still, if, this brings you joy, or at least respite from the terrors of the world, then, I'm happy for you. And then, in terms of me, this has been slightly productive, more than what I've been doing every other day, kind of thing. So it's all right. I don't know, but at the end of the day, who am I to say whether this gigabytes or megabytes in one corner of the internet, probably wouldn't even be megabytes, I don't know. This piece of data in the corner of the internet is any good? What is good? What is an impact on the world?
Tim,
I'm good.
Tim, that answer like really took me on a journey. It felt like you were at a certain point there. I wasn't entirely sure, but it sounded like you were trying to run for political office, because the answer just got really non-committal, like really fast.
I'm always running for political office.
I can just imagine you in a soft shell,
except the Liberals.
North Face jacket there, Tim.
Yeah. on a good day, and then on a bad day, a suit.
No tie because it's stressful.
Night tigers are stressful. A bit of sweat underneath the armpits. You can tell, I'm not happy with the COVID figures. Who are we talking about? Who's to know?
Vomit on his sweater already. Mum spaghetti. God damn it, guys. Fuck. You made me give it away. My last reference. Fuck. You dragged it out of me.
We did. We're very good at this.
Fucking hell. Well, that's it. We'll end it there. Thank you so much for joining me, Lochie Beazleigh and Tim. Tim, how do I pronounce your last name? I'm really sorry.
Bengough.
Bengough.
Yeah.
For
like
some
Gough Whitlam, that political leader that we had that one time.
Okay. Right. Okay. So, yeah, Lochie Beazleigh and Tim Bengough, thank you for joining me this week.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining me, John, and you, Lachlan.
Yeah, actually, thank you for letting us be in your presence, Tim. I'm really grateful.
Thank you for letting me be in your presence.
Oh, that's really nice. Oh.
Like, I actually mean that. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be on your podcast. I know you're trying to sign off so you can end this and go back to your, life. But this has been really nice. So cheers.
Oh. Now, see, there we go. See, now we're ending on a wholesome note. Okay, good. There we go. Now I feel better about ending it.
Whack-a-mole.
Yeah. Well, if you like this episode is a little bit different to other episodes. Like, I mean, usually we try and have this episode is a little bit different to others. But if you liked it, please tell 2 friends in 2020. Check us out. We're on Spotify and iTunes and everywhere you like to listen to podcasts. Feel free to follow us on Instagram at pint.party or Twitter at pintparty to keep up with all of our gimmicks and when new episodes come out and all that kind of stuff, as well as memes and other things. If you actually are I'm not joking right now, but if you actually are looking for something to watch, we actually do make things you can watch. We don't just always just talk shit about reality television. That's never going to go anywhere. We have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/pintparty, where I play video games for a few hours on most days. So you can watch that. It's perfect to have on in the background while you're working from home. More often, if you're not into watching things live, or if our schedules don't align in whatever way, you can also check out our YouTube channel. Just search Pint Party on YouTube and you'll find us there. And there's heaps of stuff there in the stream archives to put on in the background. Honest to God, I mean, if you were so inclined, and I know. At least one person told me that they've done this. If you are so inclined, you can put on one of those playlists and listen to it while you sleep. That is a thing you can do. I don't know why you'd want to listen to me for 8 hours straight. I think an hour is a pretty good length of time for listening to me. But if you are so inclined, I'm not going to judge. I'm not going to say no. I think you can. I'm not. You're an agent of free will, and you can make your own decisions in that regard. You can also listen to the previous episodes of the podcast there as well. If listening to podcasts on YouTube is more your bag, you can totally do that there as well. And with that, I think. And Tim, where can people find you?
Right, so you can find me on Instagram at T Bengough, TBENGOUGH, where I produce illustrations and animations and photography sometimes. Or you can check out my website, timbengough.com, spelt like I just spelt Bengough before. I'm not going to reiterate myself. Also, I'm starting a podcast. There'll be information released, I guess, next week, where I interview creatives and other professional people and ask them questions they've already been asked by people who have asked them questions. That show is called The Literal Eye. You can find that on the web at www.theliterali.com. We're on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook as well. But yeah, cheers.
Well, there you go. I said that, and that last word there. That's the proverbial word of the day. With that, this has been Pint Party. Cheers.
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 No, we're not stopping the podcast yet, Tim. I'm going to need a little more enthusiasm from you, buddy. Let's do a take 2 real quick.
1, 2, 3, cheers.
Flava Flav.
This podcast is part of the Hartefact Podcast Network. For more of this and our other podcasts, head to hartefactstudios.com.au.